Matthew 18. Sorry, I've been gone for a bit, but I'm back. Who is the greatest? At the time, the disciples came to Jesus, saying, "Who is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven?" And calling to him a child, he put him in the midst of them, and said, "Truly I say to you, unless you turn and become like children, you never will enter the kingdom of heaven. Whoever humbles himself like this child is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven. But whoever receives one such child in my name receives me. But whoever causes one of these little ones who believes in me to sin, it would be better for him to have a great millstone fastened around his neck and to be drowned in the depths of the sea." So, who is the greatest? Children, because they are trusting and they're innocent and humble, it describes in this. So, we don't become literal children, we become faithful like children. And we should protect them. And it says whoever causes one of these to sin. It would be better if they drowned in the depths of the sea, because that's just a really bad thing. All right, temptations to sin. Woe to the world for temptations to sin, for it is necessary that temptations come, but woe to the one who to the temptations come. And if your hand or your foot causes you to sin, cut it off and throw it away. It is better for you to enter life crippled or lame with 2 hands or 2 feet than with 2 hands and 2 feet to be thrown into eternal fire. If your eye causes you to sin, tear it out and throw it away. It is better for you to enter life with 1 eye than with 2 eyes to be thrown into the hell of fire. So it's saying remove what causes you to sin. The parable of the lost sheep. See that you do not despise one of these little ones, for I tell you that in heaven their angels will always see the face of my Father who is in heaven. What do you think? If a man has 100 sheep and one of them has gone astray, does he not leave the 99 on the mountains and go and search for the one that went astray? And if he finds it, truly I say to you, he rejoices over it more than over the 99 that never went astray. It is not the will of my Father who is in heaven that one of these little ones should perish. So God uses angels to care for childlike disciples, and God rejoices finding the one lost sinner than having 99 sinless people. If your brother sins against you, go and tell him his fault between you and him alone. If he listens to you, you have gained your brother. But if he does not listen, take 1 or 2 others along with you, that every charge may be established by the evidence of 2 or 3 witnesses. If he refuses to listen to them, tell it to the church, and if he refuses to listen even to the church, let him be to you as a Gentile and a tax collector. Truly I say to you, whatever you bind on earth shall be bound in heaven, and whatever you loose on earth shall be loosed in heaven. Again, I say to you, if 2 of you agree on earth about anything they ask, it will be done for them by my Father in heaven. Where 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, there I am among them. So, you tell what wrong somebody's committed against you in private together, and if he does not reconcile, have multiple witnesses. This is according to Deuteronomy and the law of Moses, and use authority to help him correct his wrongs. And if he refuses that, then treat him as you treat tax collectors. Many people would shun tax collectors or despise them because tax collectors were thieves, and they didn't like Gentiles because Gentiles would commit sins and do a lot of things for themselves. Whatever is bound on earth is bound in heaven. Remember that. And I'm going to reread verse 20. Where 2 or 3 are gathered in my name, there I am among them. All right. Parable of the unforgiving servant. Then Peter came up and said to him, Lord, how often will my brother sin against me, and I forgive him? As many as 7 times? And Jesus said to him, I do not say to you 7 times, but 77 times. Therefore the kingdom of heaven may be compared to a king who wished to settle accounts with his servants. And when he began to settle, one was brought to him who owed 10,000 talents. And since he could not pay, his master ordered him to be sold with his wife and children, and all that he had, and payment to be made. So the servant fell on his knees, imploring him, Have patience with me, and I will pay you everything. And out of pity for him, the master of the servant released him and forgave him of the debt. But when the same servant fell out, he found one of the servants who owed him 100 denarii. And seizing him, he began to choke him, saying, Pay what you owe me. So his fellow servant fell down and pleaded with him, Have patience with me, and I will pay you. And he refused, and went and put him in prison until he should pay the debt. When his fellow servants saw what had taken place, they were greatly distressed, and they went and reported to their master all that had taken place. Then the master summoned him and said to him, "You wicked servant, I forgave you all the debt because you pleaded with me. And should not you have had mercy on your fellow servant, and I had mercy on you?" And in anger his master delivered him to the jailers until he should pay all his debt. So also my heavenly Father will do to every one of you if you do not forgive your brother from your heart. So, parable of the servant. So verse 22 says, Jesus said to him, "I do not say 70 times, but 77 times." So this is not literal. It's not forgiving literally 77. At the time, 7 was the number of completion in the Bible. So 7 was like a good number. Oh, 7 times? That means it's, well, and Jesus said 77 times, which basically it means a lot, like an endless amount. Another one, 10,000 talents was 200,000 years of work at the time. So when the first servant owed 10,000 talents, he was never going to work it off. It was impossible. And 100 denarii was 20 weeks' wages. So when the second servant owed 100 denarii, that was 20 weeks' wages. It was definitely not as much. And in total, God had extreme mercy on you and paid off your debt that was never going to be paid off. And since he showed that mercy on you, you should show at least a little bit of mercy too towards others. All right, thank you for watching. Remember, I have a Discord server, and goodbye.